Yeah, last class, what we learned. So we learned about the try, catch, finally. Okay, so here, so in the try block, see here. So in the try block, so whatever the code, so it suppose that it might throw an error, exception or errors. So we're keeping that into the try block. The catch block is when exception occurred in the try block. So to handle the exceptions, whatever the handling in the sense, whatever the approach, like so sending an email, logging into the log message, or logging into the one text file, right? So anything. So you're writing into the catch block. But why we have a finally block? Okay, so why we have a finally block? For example, see here. So here we have a code of 1. Okay, so and here we have a 2, 3, 4. Okay, okay. So if any exception occurred in the try block, it will go to the catch block. In the finally. So for example, here, so I open the open database connection or open a browser, or open application or login some site, okay, SharePoint or something like that. So okay, login in a say SharePoint or application. So in the try block, we are just doing this kind of work, but so if any exception after this, some logic or and some business logic. See here, some business logic. So after that, so we try to close database connection or close browser or close applications. Close or log out or sign out, okay. Log out SharePoint or any application. Okay. So see, after open the browser, okay. So this is, just imagine this is the process 1 or bot 1 is working. Okay. Bot 1 is working on that. So again, bot 2 is working the same database connection or same browser. Okay, so it has to open it. So just imagine. So this bot 1 has the logic. So within the logic, if any exception occurred in the business logic, will it execute? This one it will execute. Just type in the chat window. If any exception, so this is opened successfully, and see here the business logic. So it might be anything, uploading the files, data entry, downloading the files, or so anything. Okay, so whatever my question is, so if any business exception occurred, any exception, whether it's any exception occurred, so while processing this business logic, so will it execute? Just type in the chat window. Will it execute? All other has to participate. Okay. It won't execute. Okay. So in that case, it would be a problem. Okay, it would be a problem. Okay. So if I write these things in the catch block, okay. If any business exceptions, will it close? Just type in the chat window. If any exception occurred in this business logic, so it will go to the catch block and it will execute this one. So will the applications close properly? Right? It will close. Yes. Just type yes. Okay. So it will close. Okay. So in this case, it will close. So what if this whole try block is executed successfully? No exceptions. No exceptions. Who will close? Okay. In this logic, so if no exceptions occurred in the try block, will the applications will close? Will the database will close? Right? Is the log of code executed successfully? Please listen carefully. Okay, so this whole try block executed successfully, no errors, no exceptions. in that case, will this block executes or not? Yes or no? Executes or not? No, because the catch block executes only when exception occurred only. Okay, that's why we have to keep this kind of things in the finally block. Okay, finally block. Okay, so if you keep this in the final block, if exceptions occurred in the try, okay, this finally will execute and close gracefully all the things and close log off all the things. If exception not occurred, it will execute. If exception occurred, it will go to the try catch block and it will execute. Do you understand? Do you understand this one? So the usage of the finally block. Okay. So what are the things we write in the finally block? Mostly closing the database connections, closing the browsers. Okay. So but logging off. So if application is open, sign in, right? Logging off these kind of things. Now we come to the so this is a try catch finally. Okay. Let's come to the exceptions. Okay. Exceptions. Okay. So we have two types of exceptions. One is a system exception. Second one is a business exceptions. Okay. So business rule exception means you have the business rules. You have a business rules. While you are developing the requirement itself, having the rules. They have strictly having the rules. That rules, if it is not satisfied, then it has to throw the exception. Okay, you are forcefully throwing the exceptions. So normally we get the exceptions. We get the errors, right? But you are forcefully you are forcefully throwing the exceptions. Okay, so because there is a business logic in the sense example. So if the uh, file, okay, or email uh, should have attachments. So if no attachments, so attachment missing, so okay, throw business exception like a so missing attachment. So don't process. Okay. So for example, each so multiple mails we are getting daily. Okay. So each mail is one transaction. Okay. One customer, see, customers are sending the invoices or requests to your mail, the bot mail. Okay. Each mail is a one request. So once the mail comes, so they might forget to attach the invoice or attach the an Excel data. Okay. So if that is the case, the bot, while reading the mails from the mails by bot, the bot initially checks whether the email contains the attachment or not. Okay. Okay. If the email contains no attachments, don't process. Okay. Throw the exception. That is a business rule. Okay. So can you tell any other things like if the folder contains so folder should contains at least one .txt file. Okay, so this is a basically input files. If folder does not contain any .txt files, so throw exception. Okay. So this is the your that means so how you are creating the variables in the same way you're creating the exception. You're creating the exception. Got it? So some people they are just typing in the chat window file attachment. Okay, so in the file attachment, see here this file attachment itself having the give me 1 second, 1 second. So please write down the business exceptions in the chat window. Meanwhile. Okay, so here then attachment is there, but that should be in .xlsx. Okay. So they send an attachments, but they didn't send the XLSX. So the business rule is should have one Excel file in attachment. Okay, got it? Yeah. Netaji is saying Excel has no data. Okay, so the another exception is like XLSX attachment is there, but it does not have a data. Okay. No data. Then, so what to process? The bot has to send throw exception, no data in attachment. Um, mm, yeah, so someone is okay. Salila is saying that's more money. So for example, you have a normally these things are all we are seeing regular basis. Okay, these things and all we are seeing regular basis. In ATM, you have a 5,000 in your bank account, but you are trying to access 9,000. Okay, so okay, it'll throw exceptions. Uh, what is the exception? You are trying to withdraw 9,000, but your balance is, so what is the exception it will tell? Balance is, okay, balance. It's like a business rule. So like a business rule. So, for example, so if it is a below minimum balance, they have to send, right? Send yeah, an SMS. Okay. So if you have a send us SMS, so yeah, so insufficient balance, no sufficient balance, right? So that is a good message, rule-based exception. Okay. So you are trying to type multiple times wrong password, right? Okay, in the ATM. Okay. So they will send like a uh, they'll send an exception, right? So good things. Okay. These are all the exceptions. And one exception I saw, so in the chart, the two. Okay. Dattu is saying, so all others wrote all the business exceptions, insufficient balance. So mobile number, okay. Nagaraj is saying, see, mobile number has less than 10 numbers. That's good. Okay. So because so they type the mobile number. Unfortunately, they miss one number. That is a 9 digit. Okay. So then we have a rule. Okay. If the mobile number is a should contain the 10 digits. If it's a more than 10 digit or less than 10 digits, through the exception. Okay. Okay. Invalid mobile number. Okay. And page not loaded. I think system access. Yeah. See here. So all are gave excellent answers. And also, so we saw one message from Dattu uh, here. Okay. Yeah. So web page not found, not loaded. Okay. So this is not business exception. Okay. So let me remove the business exception. So just give me the confirmation. So did you understand the? Did you get the clarity on the business exception? Okay. Just type in the chat window. Did you get clarity? So what is that? What is that? Because we should understand the difference between the business exception and system exception. Do you understand the business exception? Yeah, just type yes. Thank you. Yeah, let's come to the system exception. System exceptions are not thrown by the developer. Okay. So business exceptions we are trying because we have to throw the exception. Okay. So we have to throw by forcefully. We are throwing the exceptions. Okay. Okay. Okay, but this is not throwing by us. That means so developers are not throwing. Okay. The system itself it is throwing unexpected exceptions. So the business exceptions we are expecting, and we have a rules. That's why we wrote the exceptions. Okay, but business system exceptions are unexpected. This is a web page. We think that so it should load, but it's not loading. Okay, and sometimes can you tell some system exceptions file not found? Array index out of bounds. Not commonly we are seeing, right? Selector. So what is the selector? Okay. What is the selector issue? Selector Any system exceptions, internet connection problems, yeah, okay. Okay, Jadish. Jyoti is saying selectors and Excel might license, yeah, issues because the Excel unable to open because of the license, okay. Selector not found exception, then any other case, selector not found exceptions. Any commonly we are seeing the exceptions, object reference set to see it is what is this? Okay, this is system exceptions. So no open window found .exe. The application is not open. Okay, so while application is supposed to open, but application is not open. Okay. Object reference set to an instance of object. Okay. So you have any technical uh, Chrome not responding, right? So normally we are seeing sometimes Chrome not responding. So what we do? So we just go to the task manager and just kill the Chrome process. Yeah, element not found exception. That means so sometimes the elements no element, but so screen resolution issues. Yeah. Okay. So that's good. So these are all the things which we are not throwing the exceptions. So it's automatically coming the exceptions. Okay. Now coming to the here. Okay. System exceptions. You have a many system exceptions like a file not found, arithmetic exception, null reference. We, we don't need to remember these things and all. Okay. Selector not found, something like that thing. And okay, multiple exceptions are there. So let us see here. Let us see here in the see. There's an argument exceptions, null reference exception, IO exception, invalid operation exception. If we just use the exception, so there is a multiple exceptions of the exception collection. Okay, exception. Okay. System not. Okay, all coming under. Okay, all coming under system dot exception. See here, this is all coming under system dot exception. Okay. Now in the catch block, see here, in the catch block, here we're just writing some six catch, right? Six catch. Okay. So just drag and drop everything here, everything here. Okay. Let's go to the catch. Put the breakpoint. And here, read text file, str text file. Str text file is a mail.txt. The main txt, I'm just moving to the here. Let's run the bot. Okay. Okay, it is coming the one exception. It's coming to the catch block. Here, exception. So if you type the exception dot message. Yeah, exception dot. It's not showing. Okay. Yeah, see here. So what I'm telling is, for example, let me just make the arithmetic exception. Arithmetic exceptions in a sense. So divided by zero is a arithmetic exception. Okay. So here, so if you want to handle separately arithmetic, it's not showing arithmetic exceptions. Okay, so maybe in the latest version, so mm, they changed. Okay. Index out of range exception. See here, index out of range exception. I want to handle separately. Okay. So if I want to handle separately, what we do, we just change here, and instead of array 2, I'm just putting the array 3. That is the index out of one exception. Okay. So click here, continue debug. We have multiple exceptions, right? So multiple system exceptions are there. Okay. Here we got an error and see where it went. Uh, see, it went to the where? It went to the index. It didn't went here. Got it? So it didn't come to here. So it is executed. Here we got exception. So it went to the catch block. So here we have two catches. So it's a parent exception catch, the parent common catch. It is not going to here. It is went to the specific catch. So check the message. Okay, so where's the message? Warning. See here. This is a index out of one exceptions. That means so you if you want to handle I mean catches exceptions separately. Okay. If you want to handle any exception separately, for example, here index out of one exception, I want to if any index out of range exception, then I have to send to the something like a Rajesh at the rate, okay, so what's botsDNA.com. I want to send the mail to the Rajesh at the rate botsDNA.com. So if other than this one, so any other exceptions I want to send to the Suresh. Okay. If any exceptions, other exceptions are there, I want to send to the Suresh, but only when index out of an exception occurred, then I should not send to the Suresh. I want to send an image or mail to the Rajesh. You understand? Specific handling the exception separately, okay, to specific email. So if you don't have a catch block, what will happen? Okay, if you don't have a catch block, separate catch block separately, the index auto exception catch block. So I'm deleting the index auto exception. So what if now the same thing index auto exception occurred? Okay, if you don't handle separately index auto exception, then it will go to the see here. So where it went to the check. Where it went to the generic catch. See tick mark, green tick mark. Okay, so that means any exception, this is a system.exception. System.exception. That's why let's cut, delete, and click here, catch. See here, select this one. System.exception is a parent for all exceptions. System.exception is the parent for all exceptions. That's why simply use the system.exception. If you want to handle separately for each and every exception, then you can add any number of exceptions. Okay. Now tell me how many try blocks? Only one. How many catch blocks? You can add any number. That means whatever the exceptions. So that means so different catch we have to handle differently. Okay, so you can have a catch. So okay, so now we have a two types of exceptions, right? So one is a system exception is a system exception, and business exception is a business rule exception separately. We want to handle separately. So two things. So if the system exception occur, so just log message. Uh, Sending mail to Suresh. Business exception occurred. Mail to Rajesh, right? That means okay. So your handling of so yesterday we saw last class we saw right. You all come up with a different type of handling the exception, right? So once the transformer has a fire and burn, So your power is gone in your area. If they say that scenario, you all come up with the different approaches, right? So one say call to electricians, one say just open the emergency light, okay? So someone say like so contact customer, so, something like that, right? Okay. So that is a handling. That is a handling the exception. Okay. So the system exceptions I want to handle differently, and business exceptions I want to handle differently. Okay. See, it's like it's a Kiran is asking how many catch blocks we have to create in one project. It's not specific to the project. Okay, within the project you may have a different type catch blocks. Okay, okay. So it's a one block. It's not like a it's not like a for a project. Okay, for a project you can any number of try catch. So based on your requirement, Kiran. Okay. Okay, so the catch blocks for the one try, you have to ask like, so how many catch blocks we can create in one try? Because one try has a many catch blocks. Here, one try has a two catch blocks. One is an exception, system exception, another is a business exception. Can do you get it? Okay. So you can just create any number. Okay, any number in the sense if you want to handle separately, handle separately. Otherwise, don't handle. Okay, so ignore. All everything goes to the system dot exception only. Anything, if you ignore, everything goes to the system dot exception only. Even the business exceptions also will go to the system dot exception only. Okay, got it. Here we have a business exception, system exception. What if I don't write a business exception, but business exception occurred in the try block, where it will go? My question is, so what if I don't have a business exception catch block? I don't have a business exception catch block. Only we have a system exception catch block. Okay, it's not an exception. But I got an exception, business exception from the try block. So where it will go? Just type in the chat window. Just type B business exception. SE is system exception. Okay, so use this shortcut. Okay, BSE. Okay, my question is, right now I handle the business exception separately. If I don't have business exceptions, for example, here, if I don't have a, yeah, we have only one exception. Okay, so my question is, what if I'm not handling the business exception separately, but I'm just using the try block. The try block has the exceptions. For example, just use a throw. Where it will go? See, Pooja is saying the end process. So there is no end process. Okay, there is no init process, end process, get transaction process. So we didn't come up to that level, Pooja. So here we have only. So here we have only. Let me tell it again. It will go to the catch block. Which catch block? It will go to the catch or as a system exception. Correct. Okay, that is saying that so because all exception, including business exception also, the parent is system exception. Excellent. Okay, understand? Niharika is saying system exception. Okay, all. Okay, whether it's a what is that? So argument exception, null pointer exception. Okay, any exception, including the business exception also, the parent is system dot exception. System dot exception. If nothing you handle, it will go directly to the system exception. If nothing you handle separately, you go to the system exception. Okay, now tell me, so what if I just if you have a only exception, don't have a business exception separately, don't have a business exception catch block separately, but we got a business exception from the throw block. Okay, just type SE or B. SE means situation, B means situation. Okay, my question is, so what if in the try block we got an business exception, but we didn't handle separately business exception? Where it will go? Type SE or B. SE means system exception, B means business exception. So going to the SE. Here only it will go. Let us check practically. Here, so how to throw the exceptions? First of all, how to throw the business exceptions? So new, you just drag the throw. we just drag the throw only. Okay. Throw only. New business role exception within the developer. So very simple. Okay. So this is a syntax. Okay. So validation failed because of file X. Something like whatever you want to throw, you have to throw. Okay. So now just if you use the throw, it will throw automatically. So okay. So here, so even though everything is working fine, but this from this point it will throw. Okay. From this point it will throw. It won't execute anything after this throw. Okay. It won't execute. Yeah. See, we got exception. Go to the continue and see where it went. It went to the throw and sending mail to Suresh. Sending mail to Suresh. See here. Here is a sending mail to Suresh. So what if the same logic, but here we are handling business exception separately, sending mail to Rajesh. Run the bot, run the bot. So we have two catches. So one is the exception, another one is a business exception. Okay, exception is a generic exception, that is a system exception. Business exception is a separate. So we handle separately. That's why it is went to the Rajesh. See, it won't go to the Suresh. It went to the Rajesh. You understand? Just type in the chat window. You understand? The business exception is also subset of system exception. Okay, so that's why you have to handle. It's not only you see while you are throwing the exceptions, so not only throwing the business exception, you can throw system exceptions if required. Okay, something like a system dot exception. You can throw. Okay, so just missing. Only if it is a business exception, then only it will go to the business exception catch block. See, it's a system exception. It's not business exception. That's why it is not coming to the business role exception. Okay. It's like a two blocks. Okay. So two blocks. So based on that, so it will go to that specific block. If the specific block is not there, then it will go to the generic block. Any example? Can anyone give an example? Real-time example. Normally in the banks, you have a separate like a loan department separately. Okay, cash deposit. Okay, that's a loans and credit card department separately. Okay, so this is a one desk, so it has a queue. It has a queue. Okay. So these are 1, 2, 3. These are all the persons. Okay, these are all the persons. Or Dinesh mentioned. So these are all the persons which they are just standing in queue. These people came because they required the loans. That's why the loan department it went. Okay, so these people they require the credit card, apply credit card or something like a. Okay, so that's why it went. They went to here. These people they required the deposit amount or withdraw amount. So that's why they stand here. So what if the bank does not have a loan department separately? Okay, so deposit separately, this one separately. So everything is like a, so all like a loan they will handle, deposit they will handle, credit card. So in the same desk, same desk. So what we'll do? So everything will go in the stand in the same line. If you have it separately, so this will go to the separately. Otherwise, it is not. cinema theater. So Jagdish is saying cinema theater. So in the cinema theater also might be, yeah. There is a cases. We multiple cases we have. Another question. So we got Jyoti saying, uh, can we use the throw activity inside the catch block? Okay. Yeah. So we can use. So we can use throw black throw. See Suresh. From here also, I'm just using the just throw activities. For throw, we have to type something. So otherwise, it won't accept. Okay. So we have to type some things like some new again. So some exception. So going outside. If you run the bot, earlier it went to so it went smoothly, but now see it is showing the message. See, it is showing the message because so in the try block we got an exception, so then it will go to the catch block. In the catch box we have to write. So keep in mind. So in the catch blocks we have to write the code such where there should not be having the exception. So otherwise, so you do one thing. So okay, in the catch block, so just surround it with the try block again. Okay, in the catch box, surround it with the try block again. Just simply write a log message. Okay, a log message. So what I'm saying is here, okay, exception in catch block. So what I'm saying is here, see here. So in the catch block, so let us see in the catch block here, send outlook. Send outlook message. Okay. So in the try block we got exceptions. So to go to the catch block, in the catch blocks we're sending the exception made to the specific people. Unfortunately, while sending here, this activity itself have the exception. Okay, system exceptions. What we have to do? That's why it is better to keep everything in the catch block again in the another try than in the catch block just a log message. Okay, so in any exception occurred in the catch also. Okay, it won't stop. It won't okay stop the bot. Okay, it will just go to the again catch block and just simply log the message. Got it? And now that is a try retry. So that's okay. That is a try. In the catch block, see here in the catch block, in the catch block, if this is a specific exception, so I don't want to handle rethrow. Rethrow means just simply drag and drop the rethrow activity. Okay, so if you just try to drag and drop retroactivity, you can just drag. But here, mostly, okay, so we use the retroactivity in the catch block. Retroactivity we use in the catch block. So throw, we have to type something. So some different exceptions we are throwing from the catch block. But rethrow is just same exceptions. Whatever the exception it came to the catch block in the same exception, it will rethrow to the outside. Okay, throw to the outside. So without rethrow, I'm just executing it without rethrow. Without rethrow, the name itself it is saying that rethrow. Okay, normally, see, it's a sending mail to the Suresh, right? Okay, just use the rethrow activity. Now, what happened? It will stop. It will stop. So normally it will rethrow the error outside. Okay, it is stopping. See, whatever the exceptions, it is so just file missing. So where is this message from? This message from the try block. In the try blocks, we have a message. See here, the same message, same exception. Come to the catch block. Come to the catch block. In the catch block, from the catch block, it is going outside. Going outside. That means maybe if you have a parent catch block, parent try catch. So basically, see here. So you have a you have a something like a, so this is a bigger one. Okay, this is a try. Here we have a try, we have a catch. Again, we have a try, catch. So now see here, so this one is central. The central means India. Okay. Central try, central try. So this is like a so try, but this is like a so this is a catch. So this catch is a try. Basically, it's like a so a top try. Okay, so top try. So we have a see here. We have a just imagine so without confusion. See here. We have a try block. We have a catch block. Okay. We have a try block. We have a catch block. Otherwise, let me keep it outside. Remove everything. Yeah. See here. We have a try. We have a catch. So we have. Let me explain again. Okay. So up to here, do you get any confusions? Yosef is asking, so try catch, you can use any block, okay? Yosef, try catch, you can use in any block. Okay. You now see a try block, if any exception occurred, it will go to the catch block. So what I'm saying is here, inside that, inside this, again one more try. Inside the try, again one more try. So just forget about the finally. Finally is there because default. Okay, forget about it. So everything finally is there. Okay, again try. So again that try has a catch block. Okay, that try has a catch block. So if any exception occurred in the so to differentiate, so I'm just making as a B. This is a child or child one. Okay, child try, parent try, child catch, parent catch. Okay. Okay, got it. If any exception, okay. Yeah, now tell me. So I'm just seeing one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so instead of that, so okay. So I'm just do one thing. So these are totally so 2 and 3, 4. Here is a 5. Here is a 6. Here is a 7. Okay, got it. Okay, so one is a try. Oh, so in the parents, see here, please listen carefully. If any exception occurred in the one, in the part one, which one will you execute? Just type in the chat window. 7, perfect. Okay, 7, perfect. Because the parent has a, in the first step itself, you got exceptions, it will go to that particular catch. Excellent, excellent. Okay. Now, tell me here, if any exception occurred in the 6, what it will execute? 6. Any exception occurred in the 6, task number 6 or line number 6. Just type in the chat window. 7 only. Okay, 7 only. Okay, okay. Yeah, you're saying it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think here I missed 5. Okay. Here I missed the 5. Yeah. Okay. Now tell me. So if any exception occurred in the third block, 3, just type the numbers. Okay. How it will execute? 3. You have to type the numbers. whole numbers. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like that, we have to tell. Okay, so if an exception occurred in the third blocks, one from the starting, you have to tell 1, 2, because 3 has exception. 4 will not execute. It will go to the catch block 5, right? So ROM saying 1, 2, 3 will not execute ROM. Okay. Okay. So what I'm saying is, see here. So we got an exception here. Okay. Then so this will execute. So one will execute. Okay. 2 will execute. 3 we got exception. Okay. 3 will not execute. 4 will not execute. 4 is also not execute. So once the 3 has the exception, directly we go to the catch block 5. Okay. Then after 5, it went to the 6. So that is because the parent, okay, it won't go to the 7 because there is no exception in the 1 and 6, right? 1 and 6, there is no exception. Okay. Okay. No 7, Jagdish, no 7. Okay. So let me tell you again. Okay. Let me tell you again. Okay. If any exception occurred, third block. So 1 executes, 2 executes, 3 we have exception, then 3 will not execute, 4 is not executed because 3 has exception, directly go to the catch block 5. Then so it is a suppressed exception is suppressed, right? So 6 it will execute. There is no problem, okay? Because exception is here, we are handling the exception in the catch block, okay? So no problem. So 6 will execute and 7 will not execute because everything is working fine here, the whole thing. You understand? Just type yes or no. If you understand, tell me what if the 4 has exception? 4 has exception. 4 has exception. Just type the numbers. 4 has exception. Type the numbers from the 1. Type the numbers from the 1. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Perfect. So you all in the right track. Because 1 executes, 2 executes, 3 executes, 4 has exception, then it will go to the 5 and 6 has a, 6 it will work because exception which we occurred in the 4 block we handled here. Okay, that's what try catch, right? So this is a parent one, right? 6. Okay, 6 executed successfully and 7 will not execute because the whole parent try does not have any exception. Okay, because whatever the exception occurred in the chain blocks handled already. Okay. Now tell me, so I got exception in the 2. I got exception in the 2. What we have to do? Write down the numbers. I have exception in the 2. 1, 5, 6. 1, 5, 6. Perfect. Okay. Now see here. Okay. 1, 5, 6, 7. So Jyoti is saying 7. See, if you have the exception here, this is already handled here, Jyoti. Okay, that's why this will not come to the catch block. Okay, yeah. Now see here, if I say here rethrow, that means just imagine this is a like a this is like a okay, district code. Okay, this is like a high court or something, so high court or central court. Okay, this is okay, this is a high court. Okay, the top of this is a high court and this is a local court or district court. This is a district court. Okay, if you are not able to handle here, that means, so if you are not able to handle here, what they will do? They will rethrow the case to the high court. Got it? They will rethrow the case to the high court. This catch is a district court. Okay. This catch is a high court. Normally the state government. So if they are not handling these kind of things, they have to send to the central, right? Central means parent, top. Okay, so because they are, so for example, they have to approve one bill. Okay, so that bill is more than this amount, this many lakhs or this many crores. So then central approval is also we need. Okay, so that's why. So rethrow in the specific cases we are rethrowing the exceptions. We use the if condition. If this is the exception, then rethrow the exceptions because we should not handle in the child try block. We have to send that same exception. Okay, so new exception. Okay, if you use a throw, you are writing the new exception. You just use the rethrow. Whatever the exception you, the name itself it is saying, right? Whatever the exception you got, the same exception you are rethrowing to the parent. Do you get it? Okay, you get it? Now tell me, exception occurred here. Draw 3. Type the numbers now. Type the numbers now. Yeah, then Netaji is asking, Netaji asked, one second before that. So Netaji is asking, when you use the multiple sub exceptions like a try catch, within the try catch, within the try catch, so do we have to use the throw rethrow? The answer is no. Okay. If you require, you throw, you use the throw or rethrow. Okay. If you require in the sense, if they ask like a, so if the exception has this text, then you have to rethrow the exception to the parent block. Okay. Then only you have to, it's not like a mandatory. You have to use, so not like that. Okay, understand, Netaji? Okay, so it's like a, so it's your choice. Okay, so it's a business requirement. Okay, now what is the what is the numbers? 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. This is wrong. Okay, whatever you typed, everything is wrong because 6 will not execute. 6 will not execute because so once the 3 has exception, the 5 will execute and rethrow means so it is not suppressing the exception. This is coming outside the parent. This parent has exception. This whole block. Just think about this whole block is a one block. Okay, this block itself having the exception. Block itself having the because it has a throw exception outside. That means it is throwing the exception. This block is throwing the exception. Okay. So in the same way, how 3 has, in the same way how 3 has exception, why the 4 is not executed. In the same way, this block has exception, the 6 also will not execute. Understand? So how we have it, 3 has exceptions, then 4 will not execute, right? If the 2 has exception, 3 and 4 will not execute, right? In the same way, just imagine this whole block is a one item. Okay, this one item has the outside, we are getting the exception because of the rethrow. Okay, that's why the 6 will not execute. In the same way, how we are running. Now tell me, so what if the exception occurred in the second? What if the exception occurred in the second? Rethrow is there. Okay, just type in the chat window numbers. Exception occurred in the second. 157. 157. Pooja, you said only 15. Okay. 7 is also there. Okay. 7 is because it has exception. 157 is a correct one. Okay. 157 is a correct one. Okay. Now tell me if exception occurred here. Exception occurred here. 1. What numbers will execute? Just all has to participate. Okay. Exception occurred in the 1. 7. Perfect. Okay. Exception occurred in the 6. 6. Exception occurred in the 6. Number 6. 17. 17. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Exception occurred in the 4. In this block. Exception occurred in the 4. Exception occurred in the 4. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. Perfect. Okay. Because 6 should not come because it has a rethrow. Okay. Now tell me, is I don't have a rethrow. Exception occurred in the third. Exception occurred in the third. No rethrow. Okay. Now tell me whether you are on track or not. Exception occurred in the third. We don't have a rethrow in the class block, shell class block. 1, 2, 5, 6. Yeah, perfect. You should not type 7. Okay, perfect. Okay, I think you understand about the Rethrow. Okay, you understand about the Rethrow. Something like that. So just type try catch. So we'll just do the something similar kind of thing. Log message. This is like a so this is like a 1. Okay, so same thing we'll repeat. And in the catch block we have again this is 7. Okay, and here one more try block. More try. Same thing. I'm just building. Okay, we'll see practically. See here. So what is this? So 2, 3, 4. Here is a catch block. 5, right? 5. Okay, here is another one. After child try catch 6. Same thing I built. Okay, 6. Okay, see here 1 is a parent, and this marking as a P, and this is child. Okay, so 1 within the child try 2, 3, 4, and within the here 5, and after outside of the child try is a 6, and here is a 7. Okay, now tell me, so what is the number? What is the number? So no, nothing will everything is success, no exceptions. No exceptions. Type the number. Okay, type the number. No exceptions. No exceptions. Type the number. Numbers from the one onwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why 5, Jagdish? Because exception. If you have exception only, it will go to the catch block, right? 5. Jagdish, do you understand? Yeah. Type 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So why only 4? So what about 6? Niharika, all of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. This is the right one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, 1 executes, 2 executes, 3 executes, 4 executes, no problem. And it will go, no, don't go to the catch block. And 6 executes, as we don't have exceptions, it will go to the 7, and 5 will not execute. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Run the bot. Run the bot and see. The bot and see. Go to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. That's what you typed in the chat window, right? Perfect. So let us throw the exception. Let us throw the exception here in the child block. Throw exception. Throw third block. So in the third, so now type. Okay. In the third has a new business exception or anything. So exception. Some text. So the text is you have to type. Okay. So third has exception. Now tell me, third has exception. Which one? Type in the chat window. Third has exception. 1, 2, 5. No. 5. What? Okay. Third has exception. It will go to the 5. Okay. 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6. All has to participate. Let's run the bot. 1, 2, 5, 6. People has 1, 2 because third will not execute. See here. So whether your answer is correct. 1, 2, 5, 6. Correct? Right? 1, 2, 5, 6. Perfect. So let us see. So another exception. So move the exception to the 4. Okay. 4. Or so starting itself in the sense 2 itself. So 2 has exception. 2 has exception. Just now tell me. 2 has exception. 1, 5, 6. Perfect. So 1, 5, 6. Run the bot. So run the bot. 156. Perfect. 156. Okay. So now tell me here. So here the 6 has exception. Okay. 6 has exception. I'm just moving the exception to the 6 has exception. Now tell me, 6 has exception in the sense this has exception. Now tell me, so what is the number? 6 has exception. 6 has exception. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Mandesh. So if exception occurs, it will go to the cache block. Okay, think about that on the type again. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Okay. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. So generally it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. So because 1 it is executed, we have check 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, now tell me, so I'm just stopping this one. So moving this one to the 4. Okay, 4. Moving this one, 4 has exception. Tell me now. 4 has exception. 4 has exception. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Okay. No 7. Jagdish, please execute properly. No 7. Type properly. Girish. 1, 3. Why? What about 2? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So 1 will execute, 2, 3 will execute. So as 4 has exception, it will go to the cache block, 5 will execute, and 6 will execute. As a whole, overall, no exceptions, it won't go to the cache 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's run the bot. Let's run the bot. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Perfect. So now see here. So I'm just using the rethrow in the child cache block. See here, child cache block. Okay, I'm just sending the rethrow. So here we will do one thing. Okay, in this throw you have a something like a file missing. Okay, file missing. So here I'm just using the if condition. No need to use, but see here, if this exception, this is the exception, right? This exception dot message. If it contains a file, rethrow. Okay. If it contains the file, rethrow. That means, so I'm just writing the rethrow here. Yeah. Now tell me what all the numbers rethrow. So here, so where we got exception in the child block, we got exception 4. So 4 has exception. 4 has exception, and we have a rethrow. Now tell me what is the answer. So 4 has exception, but we have a rethrow. 1, 2, 3, 5. Why 5 is missing? See, 1 will execute, 2 will 2, 3 will execute, 4 will not execute, and as we have exception, we go to the catch and type the 5, and it is a throwing outside. That's why 6 will not execute. It will go to the parent catch 7. Okay. Now tell me the numbers 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. Perfect. Understand? So the last one we will see last. So I'm just putting the here throw in the top. That means so second itself we got exception. Okay. Second itself we got exception. Now tell me, second itself we have exception. 1, 5, 7. 1, 5, 7. All has to participate. All has to participate. 1, 5, 7. Perfect. So you are in the right track. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So we'll see. Almost done. We'll see a few things like so. A few things in the next class. Exception handling, like a retry scope and continue error and global handler. So because we have something like a global exception handler is there. So we'll see these things in all yeah, next class, and we'll close the exception part. Okay. So I hope you all understand perfectly. Yeah, so we'll see yeah, because so I'll ask the questions. So now you can we will ask the questions in the group. So because you are perfect in the try, catch. So if you want try, catch, finally, if they ask what is the importance of the finally, you're ready to, that means explain, and what is a throw and rethrow. So okay. Throw is used to send the business exceptions, so on demand. So we are using mostly, we are using throw in the try block. You can use the catch in the catch block, but that is not a good way to use. But mostly we use the throw in the try block and rethrow in the catch block. So because why we are using the rethrow activity? So basically they will ask what is the difference between the throw and rethrow. So when you use the rethrow, what will happen if you use the rethrow in the catch block? It will just send exception, same exception, whatever we got in the catch block to the parent. Okay. So what if you don't have a parent type block? So then it will just show a message, right? So that means error message. Throw rethrow. Okay. How many system exception? Okay, so please go through these all the things which we learned. So these are common things people ask in the interviews. What is the difference between the system exception and business exception? And tell me some examples of the business exceptions and system exceptions. Throw, rethrow, and try catch and penalty. So we'll finish in the next class. So that exception handling. It's very important to understand the RE framework. That's why, yeah, we're just learning here. Try catch. Yeah, thank you very much. Have a great evening. Bye.